I am going to start recording. And then Lauren, I am gonna find you wherever you are. I think I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Oh, yay.
Hello.
Can
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I know that you are at your son's birthday celebration, so I wanted to make sure this was fast and like you could actually speak what you wanted to on your heart, because I know you had some really amazing tips as far as going 4K and above and beyond. And so I wanted to start out with that for the girls that are fighting for 4K and above. And I would love for you to share your tips, because you have been one of my most consistent girls that went 4K early on, and I am so proud of you for that. So share some of those tips that you had for us tonight, Bill.
Okay, perfect. Hi, guys. Thank you for having a really good Sunday. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, just a little muffled.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's kind of echoey, to be honest. Is it like that for you guys? Go like this if it is. I'm like, yeah, it is a little bit. Maybe without the headphones?
Okay, let me try disconnecting from the Bluetooth.
Sorry. I'll be admitting people as we go. And then I also have some.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, that's so good. Yay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, go right ahead. That's
okay. Okay, good. Okay, sorry you guys. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys can hear me. We're gonna have to roll with it. I am at my son's celebration. It was really last minute, but we get to work from anywhere we're at. So I just want to give you guys some tips really quick. If you guys can hear me, just let me know in the chat. I'm gonna check it really quick. Okay, can you guys hear me? We're good? Okay. So I really wanted to talk about going 4K, and I had something on my heart that I've been wanting to talk about, because from the minute that I joined this company, I right away decided to go all in and do what I see other leaders doing, and just duplicating what I see them doing, but in my own way. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is I get a lot of people, I enroll promoters, I enroll a good amount, and I get a lot of people that are always telling me consistently, like, I can't sign people up. I'm trying to convince so-and-so. I'm trying to convince people, and I just can't do it. So one tip that I really had in my heart this week is we shouldn't feel like we have to convince people to buy something. Like, that's not what we're here for. We need to be a product of the product, and we need to be just sharing what these products are doing for us. So even if you're still on your weight loss journey, because I'm still on my weight loss journey, but I am not scared of telling people, like, I feel good, I feel bomb, I have energy, I'm able to keep up with my kids, I'm able to have energy to clean my house, I'm able to have energy to go to the park if I want to, take a walk, I'm able to have energy to do freaking laundry, all those things. Like, those little things is what I share. And believe it or not, a lot of moms come to my inbox for that reason, because a lot of moms want that energy. Some moms just want to stay in freaking bed all day. They don't want to deal with life in general. They're like over it. And I share that part of my story where, like, I was already feeling over it. I was feeling sick and tired. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to just be in bed all freaking day. And I share that part of my story, you guys. And that is what gets people in my inbox. That's what gets moms like, Lauren, I really want energy. I feel so crappy. Like, I want to be able to deal with my kids. I feel so overwhelmed and stressed. That's what's me sharing just that little bit. It doesn't even have to be a perfect before and after picture. That's what's helping me sign up customers. Just me sharing my real story. So I feel like we shouldn't have to feel like we have to convince people and work out of desperation, because that's not what we're here for. We are here to share our personal journey. Me, Lauren, I'm sharing what this is doing for me, Lauren, not what it's doing for, all these other people. I'm just staying focused on me, because I want to attract people that can relate to me. So that's like my biggest tip for going 4K, and just being consistent every day. Like, if you want to go 4K and you're just posting once a week, that's not going to work. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't want to go 4K. And I know, like, and that's with any rate. If I want to go 12K and I'm not doing opportunity events and I'm not going live and I'm not doing all the things, then hey, obviously I don't want to go 12K because I'm not doing all the things. So it's just like that too when you want to rank up to any, rank, but I do see a lot of people saying, you know, we want to go 4K, we want to do these things, but when we go to your page or your post, you're not sharing your story, you're not sharing anything what it's doing for you. And I feel that's like so important. It's just sharing what this is doing for you. Like the graphics are cool, making your own graphics and templates, all of that is awesome. Yes, we need to do that. But I think the main key is just sharing, you know, your testimony, what it's doing for you, why you joined, how's it going so far, and where are you going? Where is this going to take you? Where do you see yourself? That's what's going to really help people come in to your inbox and help you help others. So hopefully that gives you guys a little, hopefully that helps. I mean, those are my main tips, you guys, because I don't really think about it too much. When I start thinking about it too much, I guess you can say I trap myself. Like I just sabotage myself when I think about too much and I want to do too much. And I start trying to do what everybody else is doing. Then we have to refocus back to, no, this is our journey, share our journey. It's simple, share what it's doing for you, stay consistent every single day. Stop trying to look here, there, and everywhere, because that's where you get stuck for a few days. And to me, 2, 3, 4 days, that's a lot. Like that's sacrificing a lot of downtime in my business. If I want to go 12K, if I want to go 40K, if I want to go 200K and get my babies a house, I can't be self-sabotaging myself for 2, 3, 4 days. I can't. So hopefully I just had that on my heart this whole week and I was like pumped to share this. That's why I was like, I don't care where I'm at, I'm gonna share it.
That was so good. And I think it's so important to understand she's been with the company less than 100 days, and that's something that you need to realize, that it doesn't matter where you are in this journey or how long you've been here or it's not about that. Stop looking at other people's paths and comparing it to yours. Your path is your path for a reason. And you have to respect your path. You have to show up for your path. And you have to steward your path, okay? So I'm gonna try doing this with this dog in my hand because she's into everything behind the scenes. So I wanna give you guys some tips on why people don't get different momentum, a different vibration, a different result in their business. And these are a couple really key things that promoters don't do, when they are trying to up level and you don't see they're making these mistakes. So I want to help you go with this. The first one is they're trying to sell without building relationships, kind of like Lauren was talking about. I am never going into a conversation with the intent to pitch someone or to sell someone something. I am going to into a conversation. I don't be like, oh my God, who am I going to sign today? Who am I going to get on in my inbox today? Who's going to join my business, this, and that? I'm not signing people. I'm impacting people. And so how I do that is by nurturing my relationships. I'm stewarding my relationships. I'm growing my relationships. I'm putting my face in front of my relationships consistently. Okay. So maybe one promoter came in your inbox or a potential promoter came in your inbox. Have you been nurturing and growing and watering that seed? Because a seed cannot grow if you're not nurturing and watering it. So how do you do that? You engage on their stuff. You comment on their stories. You engage on their posts. You stay connected in Messenger. You be team human. Some of us, we just keep overthinking it because we're trying to sell it. We're trying to pitch it. We're trying to get people to sign up with us. And then you're wondering why your business isn't growing. It's because your mindset has a disconnect around what we're doing in the first place. This isn't just about getting emails and collecting numbers and collecting ranks. This is about lives truly changing. I had a conversation with my leaders today and I'm like, we are shifting a ton of things because we have to duplicate leadership. We have to duplicate women's lives changing. I'm not here to just have my paycheck be bomb. I'm here to have all my freaking team making 6 figures a month. And I know that sounds silly in some areas, but I want you guys to have big, audacious dreams that awaken as you grow. We all start somewhere. We all start with, I started because I couldn't afford my car. And my vision has transformed over the last 3.5 years into a movement of impact and leadership and women changing their lives from the ground up, from the roots up. And it's not about the ranks and the checks and those things will happen always. I want you to realize The more your mind arrives at that destination, your belief is there daily, the more those checks, those business, those ranks, those people coming to your inbox shows. People, why would someone want to join you? Ask yourself that. Why would someone want to join you? What do you bring to the table as a woman, as a leader, as a person? What are you bringing to this world? How are you showing up in this world? So here's the thing. The first thing is trying to sell without building relationships, nurture those relationships, water those relationships, okay? The next thing, thriving is a secret, not sharing your story, not sharing your testimony, not sharing what these products are doing. One of my girls said something in my leadership chat today that was so profound. A lot of us, we work for a health and wellness company, but we're not living a health and wellness lifestyle. You got to realize this is so much more than just vitamins and just getting people on nutritional shakes. This is about changing you from the inside out. So what does that look like for you? What does that entail for you? And it looks different for everyone. Everyone's journey is different. So don't compare. You're like, oh my God, I want to be like 100 pounds. Maybe that's not where you're at. It's not like about weight loss. We get so caught up on scales, numbers, all these things, but what is growing your health, your vibration? What is your story? Because if I went to your page, would I know that you are a thriver? Are you loud and proud? Are you loud and proud? Because there's a difference between putting just emails up and putting Lavelle logos up and putting random Lavelle stuff. That's not being you, because you're still using someone else's graphics. You're still using someone else's content. You're still using someone else's stuff. So you need to be you first and foremost, because authenticity is what wins always, okay? The second thing is, are you loud and proud of why you're even here? Would I know that you were a thriver if I went to your page every single day? Oops, she just hit her head. Would I know that you were a thriver? Because you have to be loud and proud. Now let's take it a little bit deeper. Why would I know you're a thriver? Why are you thriving? What is it doing for you? How is it impacting you? How is this community changing you? How is it growing you? Would I know? You got to be loud and proud. The third thing is not being coachable. This is one of the biggest things I can tell you within growing to a next level of you is you got to be tapping into your upline, your team chats, into your team pages, period. Okay. If you're not leading in that way, when you are having a team grow underneath you, they're going to follow what you do. And I prepare my team for next level leadership. So that next level leadership is, okay, 80K, like 200K, 40K. So if you don't think showing up for like chats or showing up for team trainings or work with me is important, it's not about the right now. It's about where your belief is of where you're going. And so those actions reflect the value of what you put your mind to. And if you want your team to start trusting you, and you want a team to start following you and joining you, you got to start leading from the front in those things very much first. You got to steward, like Katie always says, you have to start stewarding where you're at. Stop looking at everything else that doesn't align and start looking at what things you're not aligning. So here's the thing. Failing to connect with customers and promoters after signing up the initial sale. How are you onboarding your team? So let's say you have someone join. Okay, what's your onboarding system? My team knows their onboarding system. I have it very simplified, laid out. But does everyone follow it? No. Because you got to understand, leadership is also showing up and giving them matching those efforts, giving them what they need. So are you onboarding your team? Are you connecting with your new team? Are you holding them accountable? If you see, and I have people that ghost me. So the other thing is, you got to realize your upline has nothing to do with your success. There's a team page, there's a team chat, and there's a ton of leaders that love you and want you to succeed. Your upline has nothing to do with you and your success. You make your own success. If you either want it or you don't. So if you had an upline leave, I've gone through that. My upline left for a year and she's back and I love her to death. She's one of my best friends. But I didn't have an upline for the first year and a half of this business. And the thing is, I don't learn from my uplines too. That I get mentorship for people that are outside of my team even. like other teams and trainings. So find who you connect with and grow with that as well too. But you got to realize you're not alone here. But if you are isolating yourself and not asking questions, not leading into your resources, not holding yourself to a next level of discipline, because you got to realize where there is inconsistencies or like playing it kind of timid, if I can make that like the best word, I guess. Let's say you're timid or you're shy or you're worried about saying the wrong thing or asking a dumb question or whatever, you got to realize that's a root. And that pattern probably leaks into other areas of your life, probably in conversations, probably within relationships, probably within consistency, probably within discipline. So this is why I always try to prepare my team to be aware of these things, because it's not about the now, it's about that where you're going. And how you do that is by understanding, God, this dog, understanding where your roots are. Okay, because our roots leak into so many other layers of our life. It's not just, oh, I'm inconsistent with working out, so I struggle with just showing up for the gym. No, it's I'm inconsistent with working out. And it's probably also I'm inconsistent with my eating habits, which I'm probably inconsistent with reading books, which I'm probably inconsistent with not showing up for team trainings. And I'm probably not consistent with showing up for my business, because the root is your discipline. Not the gym, not the eating choices, not the team chat, not the business. It's you. You are the key. You are the key to unlocking your whole freaking dang life. And I'm sick of us seeing a group of women that are so wildly capable, so called, so worthy, not align themselves to who they are truly inside. Because who you are truly inside is the operation that's already within you. And you need to start tapping into that. Stop living with, one of my favorite sayings that I've been saying like probably for the last month now, stop living with potential, start living in your potential. In your potential, not with it. With it's just coasting, with it's just doing the bare minimum. Posting to your stories and posting to your timeline will not build you a business, boo. That is not doing all the things. If you're taking more than 3 days off, you're literally restarting on your business every single time. Okay, so let's talk. And I know that probably frustrates a few people, but the reason I had a kind of like an accountability kind of like conversation earlier, and it was kind of cool because I say hard things to help people marinate on their patterns. I know I don't ever just say things just to say it. I really, truly, after leadership and growth, I've learned to say things, but have a purpose and reason on why I'm saying it. And the reason why I'm saying it is to produce leaders. I'm not here to produce followers. I'm here to produce leaders. And how I do that is by holding myself to a accountability level, showing up and leading from the front, giving my team the empathy and the culture that they need to thrive, not survive. And I am not here to help people stay in their patterns. I'm here to help people root their patterns. And so by me not holding you accountable or helping you lead from the front is not helping you tap into you. And I don't do fake it till you make it. I do it the hard things, because if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So why are you here? Why are you here? One of my new girls came in with just a fire. Okay. And she created something that she had seen from a training that she is paying for. And it has, what is your vision? What is your why? Where do you see yourself? So I want you to self-evaluate on those as you're listening to me talk tonight, okay? Because these are the things that you have to start reflecting on. Is your actions reflecting your vision and your belief? I can give you some tips to give you some, because like, hey, we have a promo out this month, and I want to talk about this, or not this month, the next few weeks, or next week, or whatever it is, the next few days. So this was a promo that I used to play small in. I have no idea what my dog is eating. This is a promo that I used to play very small in. I used to count myself out, be like, I can't even get 3 promoters to join. I can't even like have them enroll on packs, let alone get 1200 PV and like, that's impossible. I can't do it. So I'm going to count myself out. I'm not even going to try. And guess what? I get what I say. I get what I think. I get exactly that. And I got exactly that until guess what? Hang on. What are you eating? She's eating my snake plant. One moment. 1 second. Luna, you're a pain in my I don't want any more. This makes me question children. Anyways, so my thing is, I played a game with myself and I said, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of like playing it small with this promotion. This is the only one that I don't earn because I'm weird like that. And I play competitions against myself. Okay. So you know what I did? I said, I'm going to make this freaking happen. And guess what? The moment I decided, it happened. And this was about a year and a half ago when I was going through this season. And a lot of it's imposter syndrome. A lot of it's not believing you're capable to lead a team. I can give you all the little roots that it probably stems from, but you have to look at it and look at it as not a freaking big deal and decide to show up for it anyways and prove to yourself that you can. Because I promise you, if you decide and you transfer that belief to your audience, to your connections, to the people you're talking, I promise you, you will be triple fast start qualified. And it is not about hitting promotions. It's not about just doing these things. What it is about is proving to yourself that you're freaking capable. That you're freaking capable. And your worth is not attached to performance, but sometimes you need to show up for yourself and prove to yourself that you can. Who are you? You're you. And you're worthy of everything that you decide you are. So if this is something that maybe you need to show yourself, I'm going to tell you some PPA strategies that I would go over, but I want you guys to look at this and realize that you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not reaching out. You're not moving differently. You're not using your uplines. You're not using your sidelines. You're not using your resources. You're not alone though. But closed mouths don't get fed. I mean, that's like one of my favorite things to say sometimes because I love you guys. And I know a lot of us, we're brand new, we're either brand new into this industry or we've been a part of these type of industries before. So what I want you to ask yourself is what you're doing right now, giving you the results that you're looking for. Because I want you to start realizing that it's not about results. The results will never start happening until your belief is there. Your belief has to be there. Nothing will change. You can do all the IPAs in the freaking world, I promise you. But your belief will never, your in belief will never produce the results of your future that you're trying to create if you're not nurturing that belief system and that vision. Okay, I get that summertime is and we've done a training like this. It was a few years ago. And it was like me and a bunch of other leaders, and we each talked about a season. Okay. So like I relate it to business and I relate it to like nature. So like, for example, springtime, it's like when all the seeds are growing, all the flowers are growing, everything is so pretty out, all like the birds and the flowers are bloomed and all that stuff. Right. And then we got summer, and summer's usually it's kind of dry. It's kind of like, you got to water it. You got to nurture it. You got to plant some seeds. You got to prepare it for harvesting time. When you're going in during the fall, and fall's like when you're planting seeds and you're harvesting and you're nurturing that ground and things are starting to grow. And then winter is when there's like dead branches that are falling off and preparing for spring to like, I'm not a farmer, but I'm hoping this is how it kind of goes. But you got to realize that you have seasons in life and business. And guess what, boo? They all serve your future. If your actions and mindset are aligning with the goal, there is nothing you can do wrong in this business. Do you realize that? There's nothing you can do wrong in this business. The only thing that you can ever do is quit on yourself. Stop avoiding failure. Failure is a part of success. If you're avoiding failure, you are avoiding success. Do you know that? If you're avoiding failing at something every day, that you're avoiding success. Because guess what? Failure is a part of success. I would any leader that I look up to, any person that is like a mindset person, like Tony Robbins and Eric Thomas and all these people I listen to, they talk about this all the time. Failing. Every day I fail at something. So at least if you have at least been putting up content, it is better than no content. So I want to take this a little bit deeper, okay? What does your morning routine look like? What's your morning routine look like? We talk about this quite a bit in my team, but it is the key to unlocking the belief system in you. I don't just tell you to establish a morning routine because it's something to do and it's what everyone in successful land says to do. No, I tell people to do a morning routine because it's the things that have rooted up my character traits that are no longer serving me that take me to the next level, because you can't take the old into the new. Okay. So let's give you guys some tangible PPA things. Okay, this dog is going to be driving me crazy. So what I want to talk about is leveraging credits without applying them to your orders. So leveraging credits, I know this is completely off of mindset and kind of just like all over the place, but I think it's really important for you guys to also understand your belief system goes first, the results go second. Okay, so if you're wanting to work on this promo specifically, or if you're really wanting to grow your team or get some customers, I want you to understand what PPA is something that you need to start looking at. And PPA is your personal enrollments, okay? Your personal enrollments. So leveraging credits, just because there's no, like, let's say that, you know, like how we do like the $25 off in our accounts, or we'll do like they're always announcing sales over here. Like, we're so freaking blessed. First off, like, we are so blessed. They are always giving and giving and giving and giving. I dare you to go somewhere else, and then I promise you'll come back. Literally everyone does, because we are the best company. So first off, when there is a promo or not a promo going on, I create my own promos. I am leveraging credits. I'm making my own promos. So for example, let's say I had $30 in credit. I could give $10 in credit for 2 people that are going to buy balance. So I could be like, hey, instead of getting balance for X, Y, and Z, right now you're going to get it for 40. Or I could be like, hey, with a purchase of 3 steps, you're going to get a balance or a half off balance on me. Or you could get like a sculpt for half off with your purchase of your 3 steps. There's so many ways to kind of leverage credits and do different things to grow your business and to grow sales and your volume, especially if you're fighting for ranks right now. So it's about getting creative. And I want you guys to pay attention. We have before and afters in our team chats and our team pages. I have personally a content chat, and we drop content in there every single day to get inspiration from. It's not for you to copy, it's for you to make your own. But you have to start following the tugs on so let's say you had it on your heart to make a reel. You need to start following that inspired action. That is literally how I built my 200K team. I followed my gut instincts. Whenever I had something come on my heart, guess what? That was for me to follow. So for example, my team is doing a 90-day boot camp coming up in September through November. And me and my 40K leaders, we haven't announced it, but we're announcing it now, I guess, because I want you guys to understand we're creating content for you guys for September and November. And you guys have access to it as well. But the thing about it is I followed my inspired action. I'm like, I'm bored with my trainings right now. I need to get out there and get uncomfortable. So let's shake up the team. So I'm following that inspired action. I'm following that things that are on my gut and my heart, just like some of the things that I talked about today. So next thing, you can do a free product. I also use some of my credit. Let's say I don't want to leverage credit. I want to leverage product. What I'll do is I'll use my credits at the beginning of the month, and I'll purchase a ton of sculpt or a ton of balance, for example, right? And I'll be like, hey, with the steps 1 through 3, you're going to get a free sculpt on me. And I just mail it out to them on the side. And it's just ways of doing different promotions, different things for that. The next thing is you can also with packs. I know with this specific promotion, we can't use credits on packs. So how I do that, first off, the $200 pack has $10 in credit automatically, right? So for one, if they're going with that pack, I say, hey, you're going to have $30 in credit loaded to your account. And so once you are done enrolling with me, you can use that $30 in credit to go help your first 2 customers. So then you're already 50% closer to your bonus, and you're already going to be able to get your free product for next month going forward. Do you see how I'm doing that? I'm giving them a rebate almost. So I'm still transferring those credits, those 20, I'm only transferring 20 in credit. They have that 10 with the $200 pack. And then I'm already planting seeds on how to help them get their first 2 customers and get towards their VIP bonus. Is that making sense so far? Ask questions if you guys need questions asked. But I do this because I want my girls to win. I want my girls, and if you don't hit your VIPs, and let's say you're brand new here, it's not going to make or break your business. Okay. So don't stop stopping if you miss your VIPs. That's a bunch of BS. If you stop after 2 weeks because you didn't hit your VIPs, you didn't want that change as much as you said you wanted change. So I'm a little red on that. So I hope that helped. But the next thing is mail them products you have on hand, like a little trial pack. So let's say they ordered a couples pack, or they ordered like you have customers or promoters that are enrolling and they're kind of like on the fence. Be like, hey, what I can do for you today is once you get your 3-step purchase, I'm going to send you a couple trial packs of some of my favorite goodies. This is just going to be some little things from me to you and just welcoming you to my community. I don't know where my dog went. I also use my customer group, which we all have a customer group, but you need to stop devaluing this customer group that we have. Okay. Because the thing about it is I act like I have a membership when you join my community. You get access to meal plans, you get access to shake ideas, you get access to workout ideas, you get access to snack ideas, you get access to shake ideas, like all those things. And so the moment you get your 3 steps, you're going to have access to my community and it's free for you. Do you see how I word that and how because it's true. Literally, it's true. So if you're not thinking like this, you need to start thinking like this, because you literally have every single resource at your table to freaking succeed. It's either you're talking about it or you're not talking about it. And it's really that simple. Okay, the next thing, step 3 on you. So if you have extra DFTs on hand, you can always do like a free wearable nutrition on me. I don't give out free wearable nutrition unless it's premium though. Okay, so only our basic one. I don't give out ultras, black labels, burn, or tack. That I don't do for free. Will do back in the day, I used to do step 3 on me, which would be just my premium nutrition, because I would transfer $50 in credit. But then from there, I kind of don't devalue it as much anymore. So this is things you can do. But for me, I don't give out gold as much for free. I give discounts, yes, but I own what I have, period. I am so confident that every single freaking person needs what I have. Product wise, every single person needs this business, that I don't devalue what I have. I am constantly leaking out vision, belief, and passion from me. And so when I am having conversations, that value is felt through me. One of my girls were talking about that, because literally you have to realize your tone of voice, your body language, your word choices, your excitement level, how, even me talking right now, I am choosing this energy. I'm choosing to step into how I'm talking, how I'm delivering this, the energy that I'm embodying, the directness that I'm saying these things out of, because I'm choosing to deliver you guys a training that you guys deserve. I could easily be like, well, today we're going to talk about X, Y, and Z, and that monotone vibe, that's what you're going to get. And a lot of people don't attract to that. So you have to pay attention to your energy level when you are having conversations. Okay. And that helps a lot with sealing of the deal. I want you guys to start paying attention that you have to realize it's not about enrolling, it's about impacting. And so flip the script when you're going into conversation, start flipping the script and not looking at people as numbers, but looking at people as lives being changed. Get to know their kids, get to know their kids' names, get to know their birthdays, get to know who they are. These are people that are trusting you to be a part of your life, but you also have to realize if you are not being your own resource, you have to develop that as well. Okay. So the next thing is promoter pack ideas. I want to specifically talk about this part, and then I'll end it out with a couple little things. You can offer them credits like I was talking. So you can offer them their new customers for their VIP period. So I could be like, hey, when you're joining, kind of like I was talking about before with any of the packs, I send, and I'm going to send it in the notes because I have it as a text replacement. I send that to every single promoter, that potential promoter right there. I break it down. And then I also, Luna, come here. I also send a visual. I have a graphic. Katie has sent it in the team pages before, but I send a graphic of like what each pack looks like. So they automatically are seeing every single piece of that value. I don't enroll on anything but packs. And most of the time it's a $400 pack because you can see the value in it. So here's the thing, confidence, hang on one second. Again, confidence is something that you have to tap into, and it comes down to the vibe and the truth that you're operating from. And so how you do this is, what is your why? What do you see yourself in 3 months? Let's give yourself some micro goals, okay? Where could you be if you kind of went all in on your business? If you decided to go all in on your business, where would you want to be in 3 months? Write that down. So now you have a vision to connect that belief to, okay? Stop operating with this crazy, like, I need to be a 200K leader in like a year and a half and make $1 million. And I'm not saying that's not realistic, but that's kind of like intimidating. You know what I mean? And so then we set these huge, crazy, like huge vision when we need to micronize that. That could be the long-term goal. Yes. That's, hey, in the next 2 years, that's where I want to be. So then what do you need to do? What action steps do you need to do every single month to get there? Does that make sense? And so when I'm having these seal the deal conversations, is like what I like to call them, and I'm talking to my potentials and I'm trying to get them in our team or on our 3 steps, I'm going into it with that vision, that belief, and that confidence and clarity of where my passion comes from. Because the products, you got to share those stories. If you're having a hard time enrolling customers, it's often because you're not talking about how the products make you feel, what they're doing for you, the energy that you have, how much it's changed. Like, I couldn't even get out of bed half the time back in the day because my anxiety would flare up constantly. I would automatically just start going into my day, like not even wanting to get out of bed, not even wanting to like leave my room. Like my and then like, thank God for Black Label, thank God for my 5-HTP. You know, so I share about my journey. I talk about what it's done for me health-wise. I talk about how it's changed. Like I feel like I age backwards. Yes, I, do other things, but the thing about it is my internal clock, like how I feel from the inside, feels like a brand new 20-year-old, where before I used to be constantly running on coffee, constantly feeling overwhelmed, constantly feel like I was dragging, constantly just running in circles. So I share those values and I share those connections. The last thing I really want to talk about is going all in. Okay. So summer is a season where we have a lot of life. Like we have the kids, or we have vacations, or we have jobs. It's everyone's off from school. So the schedule gets a little disconfuzzled. You constantly are running with your head come off, or maybe you had some life happen in the last few months, right? So I want you to understand what you do over the next 90 days is what produces your results for Christmas. And not only just Christmas, but beyond. So I want you to set some micro goals tonight. I want you to write down how many promoters you want to sign in the next 6 months, how many customers you want to sign monthly. And then I want you to also realize the responses of what you're feeding. Okay, because every single month, Katie taught me this actually. Every single month I write down how many promoters I want to enroll, how many customers I want to enroll, what my volume is going to be personally that I do personally, like what I bring in, not what my team brings in, because I do not ride my team. If you are a 40K and above leader, or even a 12K and above leader, I'm going to give you a little bit of things that I like hold myself to. I go to my PPA reports in my back office. It's called like Team PPA. And at the top right, you'll see your personal PPA. Okay. If I am not the top of my team for every single 30, 60, and 90 days, then I know that I'm not showing up in my full capacity. That's me, only because I've always done that. That is the thermostat I set for myself. Okay. And it's you versus you. That's all it comes down to. It's not about you versus your team or you versus your girls or you versus your sideline sister that you compare yourself to. It's you versus you. So during bonus season through January through May, when they had those other bonuses out, what was your PPA like when you were on fire and all in? Now, what's your PPA like now? Where is your standard you're setting for yourself? So these are things that I go in and I do you versus you in, okay? Because I don't look to the left or the right. I'm one of those leaders. I'm always present. I've always been a part of our leadership team, like our 40K and above leaders, but I am here to create leaders, and I'm here to stay in my lane and create women empowering women. I learn and grow with every single one, but I am not here to compare myself to someone. I am not here to slow myself down to someone. I am not here to please someone. I am here to lead the way that God has intended me to lead and to change a whole freaking lot of lives in between that. And that means stepping into your power, your belief, your vision, your wholeness, your worthiness, you're capable, all those things. So you versus you, if I can give you one tip out of this whole training, because I'm not going to keep you guys any longer, I want you to do this as a daily practice and look yourself in the mirror and say it's you versus you. You versus you. So how are you showing up for you? How are you leading you? Okay. And then I want you to write down one other thing. Look at it, because my goal, and this could be someone else, not everyone's goal, but I would love for every single one of these people that are on this chat right now or on this training to be 12K and above within the next 60 days, the next 90 days, the next 6 months. Like, that's kind of like, I don't see why that couldn't happen. Okay. But I'm not here to rush your timetable either. But what I would like you to do is commit to yourself for 90 days to get into a morning routine, to do the IPAs, to lead with heart, not hustle. Okay. And to set some crazy little bit of goals. Let's say, hey, I want to sign 2 customers. Let's up level that. Let's say 4. Say, hey, I want to enroll 4. Okay. If you're wanting to go 12K, that means you need 2 4Ks underneath you and a couple other promoters there. So essentially you need 5 to 6 promoters is what I would look at. You realize that your checks, if you have 8 people in your top line, meaning if you enrolled 8 promoters, you unlock 40% more of the comp plan. You realize that, right? So you know that your back office, it says you need to have 4 to be 4K. I want to challenge you all to have 8 promoters by Christmas time that are personally enrolled by you, because 8 promoters actively a month unlocks 40% more of your commissions. And that means they're impacting a lot more lives as well. Okay. It's about you leading from the front and holding yourself to a different thermostat and believing in who you're called to be and believing that you're worthy of it. Okay. Stop asking the same questions and do different work. Stop acting like you can't figure it out or that it's not good enough. Just do the damn thing. Start believing that whatever you're putting your mind to has a purpose and will reach the right people. Stop going into your day at who can I sign and who can I enroll, and start looking at who can I serve and who can I grow. And I want you to really reflect. Are you leading from the front? Are you leading from the front? Because nothing will change until you lead you first. Okay. So I hope that you guys got something out of this. I am proud of every single one of you. I want you guys to really just sit in this for the next couple seconds after we hang up from each other and just really look at how worthy you truly are and how much your voice matters and how that you wouldn't be a part of this community if it wasn't for a purpose. And I need you to really feel that, okay? No matter how long you've been here, no matter how short you've been here, you wouldn't be a part of this path if it wasn't meant for you. Those mountains that you're facing are for you to show others that you can move them. Those are your mountains to move. And all it takes is faith as small as a mustard seed to move those mountains. So just focus on belief, focus on clarity, and focus on vision. Okay. I love you guys and have a great night.